Project Dreadnest. File 11-29, the Whitestone Experiment. This document was recovered from a classified sub-level of an abandoned federal facility located in northeast Wyoming. The site, listed under a decommissioned research program, was sealed in 1989 under a level black containment order. The file you are about to hear is believed to be the last known recording produced by the Internal Oversight Liaison assigned to Project Whitestone. All internal timestamps, subjects, and footage logs were verified by third-party forensic review teams before the file was scrubbed from federal archives. The file begins with an audio transcription dated June 1st, 1987, entered into evidence by a man known only as Controller 8. The location was once called Installation 12, though it appears on no maps, no military flight paths, and no satellite grids post-1990. It was carved into the limestone cliffs bordering the Blackroot Forest and accessed through an elevator shaft hidden beneath a decommissioned water treatment plant. Project Whitestone was initiated after an unexplained seismic anomaly disrupted radar systems across a 5-state radius in May of 1985. The disturbance registered as a harmonic frequency embedded within tectonic plate readings, not a standard seismic wave. Early theories proposed underground infrastructure failure or a nuclear test, but no radiation was found, no heat signature, just a frequency, a sound only animals could hear. Herds of cattle were found dead or missing their eyes. Flocks of birds fell out of the sky mid-flight. No obvious trauma, no wounds. Internal organs liquefied. A covert team of agency scientists and black-budget engineers was assembled. The mission directive was unclear. Early pages of the document have been redacted entirely. However, a line survived beneath the blackout. All we have to do is listen. Project Whitestone began as a listening experiment. Researchers installed a subterranean grid of resonance towers in a 2-mile radius around the anomaly. The idea was to isolate the exact source of the harmonic frequency. It was believed that whatever emitted it was buried deeper than our satellites could see. They called it the root echo, but it did not behave like any natural phenomenon. It pulsed with intervals that matched human brainwave activity during sleep. It hummed at the same cycle as infant breathing. It clicked in patterns identical to Morse code, though the message was indecipherable. Within 6 days, 3 researchers had quit the program. One of them clawed out her own eardrums and painted the walls of her room with blood. Another vanished completely. No security footage, no logs. The remaining personnel assumed desertion or psychological breakdown, but the logs reveal something more sinister. The anomaly was evolving. Every time they activated the towers, the frequency changed. Not randomly, it was reacting. By day 12, the lowest level of Installation 12 began experiencing time drift. Clock slowed by 23 minutes per hour. Surveillance footage blurred. Radio waves came through backwards. Researchers began reporting blackouts. They claimed they were losing time, not sleep-deprived or fatigued, missing hours. Some believed they were entering the tunnels beneath the station in their sleep. Others woke up with mud on their feet. No memories, just scratches along their jawlines in the shape of elongated fingers. A psychologist from Division Echo was brought in. Her notes were flagged under emergency clearance after she conducted interviews with surviving staff. Every subject drew the same symbol during testing, a circular knot of 7 interlocking rings. The symbol did not match any known culture or religious sect. When the psychologist tried to contact the agency for evacuation, her call log erased itself. Her final recorded statement in the file reads simply, "I saw my own face looking at me from the wrong side of the mirror." On day 16, they lost contact with the tower network. All 10 towers began emitting the root echo simultaneously. The sound caused instant structural damage to the eastern wing of the facility. Lights exploded. Concrete cracked. The nearest tower self-destructed. A technician attempted to flee the site and was found 22 miles away, wandering barefoot through the desert. His body had aged 30 years. His fingerprints no longer matched his personnel file. His voice was reversed permanently. His tongue had turned black. He died 3 hours after being sedated, but continued vocalizing for 6 minutes post-mortem. The project director, known only as Lead White, authorized the final test. They would activate all 10 towers at full power for 7 minutes to see if the root echo would respond with structure or form. The result of that test is sealed in a red envelope titled Final Response. The audio was damaged, but spectral analysis reveals a voice-like shape buried in the waveform. It is not a language we understand, but the frequency graph formed an image, not letters, not symbols. A human silhouette with no head, kneeling, holding something in its hands. Analysts called it the offering. The last page of the file contains a warning. Not a directive, not a protocol, just a line, scribbled hastily by the last surviving controller before the site was evacuated. Do not speak. Do not echo. Do not listen. The root is not a sound. It is a mouth. And we opened it. The site was buried with explosives in August of 1989. No trace of the facility remains, but seismic anomalies continue every 3 to 5 years, always in the same pattern, always in the same frequency, always during the last hour of night before the summer solstice. On June 21st of this year, that pattern returned, stronger, louder, and with a final deviation. The frequency spelled a word. It is the same word written in the margins of every missing researcher's notebook. It is the same word whispered during the corrupted audio logs. It is the same word your audio device detected the moment you began this file. It simply said, "Return."